Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I'll be fixing my CSX ScaleTrains GEVO ditch lights for real this time. Last time I tried it, well, it did fix it. It didn't last more than 2 months because if you would just adjust a little bit, it would just go out of whack again. And of course, you guys have noticed that. So we're gonna go back again, and I assure you by the end of this video, I'll fix it for real. So on ScaleTrains website, there's a discount depot section where they're selling these random parts by themselves, and they probably have some kind of an error, they're like defect, and they were selling another CSX GEVO shell by itself, the Spirit of Ravenna, and I thought that would be cool to get to, you know, troubleshoot with a second shell, maybe the shell's an issue, and I also was curious on how they would actually ship the shell, and just see how discount depot is like. Alright, so here is CSX 3440 Spirit of Ravenna. You can see that side decal on the nose, and I don't know why exactly, but they included rotating bearing caps as well. So here's a closer view of the L&N Spirit of Ravenna steam decal in the front. That's what makes this unit really cool. CSX doesn't really have that many heritage units, so this is kind of like a pseudo heritage unit, but there are some more differences than that. Like on the top, we had the PTC antenna. I think this one actually looks a lot cooler, like the sort of barcode design. I really dig it. Compared to my original PTC, it's a little bit boring. And I wasn't actually expecting this, but they actually painted the grab irons yellow for this, so it actually makes it pop out a little more compared to my original one, which is just, you know, the solid CSX blue. And if you look on the roof, this one actually has an angled exhaust bracket right there, while the other one is flat. The angled one is actually a newer design. And there's also some difference with the exhaust. This one has 3 panels, the other one has 2. And here is a view of the rear, which is pretty much the same, not much difference there. And here is a view of it from the side, and interesting enough, the CSX logo is actually printed a bit differently. You can see on the Spirit of Ravenna, the latch here, you'll see it's sorta in the bottom of the top of the S, while on my original CSX it's right at the top, and that might be because this extra box at the bottom. So on my original CSX, this one is painted orange, while the other one isn't painted at all, and I think they actually fix this later on. Speaking on the defects, if you look on the nose, you see this ditch light, which is ironically what this video is about. It's actually wrong as well. You'll see a little blue line poking out on that ditch light. It's kind of like it's prolapsing. And if you take a look at the steps, they're painted quite crudely. Just keep in mind, this is a discount depot model, so it's supposed to be a reject model. But I checked out my original CSX model. You can see those 2 ends, it obviously doesn't connect, and there's actually like a little yellow dripping down. So it ain't exactly perfect either. But anyways, the purpose of this is to fix my CSX GEVO lights, which I tested again. Yep, it doesn't work. So I switched out the shells, and the Spirit of Ravenna actually fits a bit differently, so I had to press a little more for it to fit in. Alright, so after we screw it on, we're going to test to see if it works.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yep, as it turned out, that was not exactly the root of the problem. It is something else. But at least it looks cool. Alright, so after that, I kind of put it off, like I didn't know what to do exactly, until I found this video by ScaleTrains. They were fixing something with the pilot of the SDL39, and they were using these washers. And I don't know jack about repairing model trains, but hey, I don't know what else to do. So I got the washers, and they were extremely small, but even still, I still had to shave it on the sides for it to fit in. Unfortunately, that didn't work. work, so I had to go back to the drawing board, and then, I just started testing with the shells again. And at this point, the ditch lights weren't working at all, even if I pushed down on the anti-climber. But I did notice one of them would turn on if I lifted up the back for some reason. And the two models, they had different sides per ditch light that would turn on, so one is right, one is left. So the next thing I did was take a look at the Union Pacific ET44, which is my other GEVO that was working just fine, and I found out they're actually using different pins for the connectors. The Union Pacific one, it's a lot taller, while the CSX one, it's shorter, and there's actually these red washers underneath, which is quite interesting, just to help bolster it up under the circuit board. So I was like, oh, these washers look like the same size of washers I just bought. So I put them on top of each other, and it turns out, yeah, they're pretty much the same. So I decided, what if I put them in addition to the red washers? And lo and behold, it started working, both ditch lights, yay. But then I would take it off the track and put it back on, and there was a 50% chance of it not working again. So I was like, come on, man. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I need to put back the coupler boxes and screw everything in. Lo and behold, it started working. I could take it off the track, put it back on, put it upside down, still works, So I am happy, this is a happy ending. Finally, we fixed our CSX ditch lights, and you'll see it working in future videos. So you guys can stop commenting on those ditch lights. I am glad that I got to fix this. It was driving me kind of nuts. I was thinking of just, selling it, just taking an L on this. Buy some replacement from Ather. My experience, Ather and my SD70M, it runs a lot better. Even though it's not as detailed, it runs pretty reliable in comparison to my ScaleTrains. It was a good learning experience, learning how to fix a model train. And maybe there's someone out there who finds a similar situation, they could try this out. And shout out to Indian Rail Modeler, which I was looking back in the videos and I just found this comment. He actually provided, the solution which could have fixed this potentially. Just adding a piece of styrene under the circuit board. I think I did try shoving a piece of styrene under it, but it was probably too much. I should have added just a little bit. Like you said, 0.005 inches. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We fixed our CSX GEVO ditch lights finally. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.